How do you embed reading habit in your child's daily life? How do you make reading an inseparable part of your child's life? Or how can you, as parents, cultivate that culture of reading in the family? If these are the questions on your mind, then continue watching this video as I'll share 5 tips for creating a culture of reading in your family. Hi, I'm Shimona, founder of Raising Children 101, a platform to help you understand your child better. Before we get started, do subscribe to the channel for more parenting tips and advice. Do press the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is uploaded. So let's begin with the first tip. Almost every Indian family starts the day by sipping a cup of morning tea while reading the newspaper. At least one member of every family does this. That's probably the most desi way we know to start our days. Ask your child to join in when you read that newspaper. Get your child to join this family ritual that has habit of reading daily ingrained in its core. Now coming to the second tip. You join your child's reading journey. Talk about the books that they are currently reading or they have just finished reading. Hear them narrate snippets from that book. Laugh at the scenes that made them laugh. Feel sad when they felt sad after reading something. Let the book play in their minds and the situations and scenes from the book slip into their conversation. Yes, this requires investing time and energy, but trust me, it's completely worth the effort. Try taking out a little time each day to talk about books, and dinner times are best for such conversations. Tip number 3, don't make hollow attempts to cultivate a habit of reading. These days, children are too smart to identify these hollow attempts. If you insist your child to read, start by reading yourself first. Children learn best by observing their parents. If you love reading and you already read regularly, that's great. But if you don't, start reading now. There is no age to start reading. Now you might be wondering, I'm a non-reader, what do I read suddenly? Which book do I pick up? How do I choose a book? Well, I'll make it a little easy for you. Start by picking something related to professional development or your personal development. If it still seems challenging, start by reading magazines. What you read and the language you read in is not important here. What is important is that you read and your child sees you reading. Number 4, maximize children's access to books. Keep some reading material in every room of the house. This will ensure that children have access to books and printed material. This will help them understand that reading is a natural part of their life. It is as natural as breathing, eating, and sleeping. Also, let your child develop a personal collection of books. Owning a bookshelf filled with books that they love will give them a sense of pride, a sense of identity. And when they grow up and look back, they'll be so happy to see that collection. Also, get yourself and your child a membership to the local library. Just like you eat out once a week with your family, plan to visit the library once a week with your child. And if possible, attend book launches, literary fests, author meets. Moving on to tip number 5, Grandma's Bag of Stories. Something that we have all heard in our childhood. Storytelling sessions are amazing opportunities for families to bond. I'll give you a contemporary take on this. If you have a flair for writing, co-create stories with your children, and this will take the reading experience to a whole new level. Now, time for a bonus tip. There are 2 things that you should not be doing when creating a family culture of reading. The first one, don't approach reading with a reading log mentality. Because when you take up a reading log approach, it'll make reading a chore and it'll erode that joy of reading in leisure for pleasure. And the second thing, I've consciously not talked about e-readers. Because when I'm trying to develop a family culture of reading, I'll choose the most traditional way to do it. This is to ensure that all family members across generations can bond without the inhibition or fear of technology. Our millennials will find Kindle very convenient, but it will not be true for their grandparents or even for their parents in many cases. I wish you all the best in your journey to cultivate a reading culture in your family. See you tomorrow with another video.